Well, welcome to a new Harry's Farm video, and this one we're off to combine the wheat. Well, that's the plan. I'm just going out to check it and things first, but God, it's been an age. UK weather and arable farming can be very frustrating at times, and for the past week or so it has been chucking down with rain in the UK, and it's so frustrating because you're seeing this fantastic wheat crop getting rained on and going sooty and just generally looking pretty sorry for itself. But finally this weekend, it's Friday today, and it's a bank holiday weekend, and the two are combined to be a really quite warm weekend. They're forecasting up to 30 degrees. I say it's 24 now, which is unheard of on a British normal bank holiday, but this is the one where it's going to happen. So yeah, what do you do prepare before you go combining? Well, first of all, we're going to warm the combine up, and secondly, I'm out going to test the field just to make sure it's absolutely fit to combine, because I want no more wet wheat. So the first thing I'm going to do is swap cameras again, and we'll go on to helmet cam, and I'll take you up the field to where we're going to go combining next. You can see this field we did actually combine a couple of days ago. It was cloudy yesterday, we didn't go yesterday, but my son Charlie, who normally sits on the combine, decided this would be a very good week to go on holiday, and which isn't very handy, but he managed to line up one of his mates, Harvey, to come in and relief combine for him while he was away sunning himself on a boat in Greece, and leaving his dad to do all the hard work as ever. So yeah, we had a little practice going here, me and Harvey, the other day, just to get used, so he could get used to the combine. We're going up here. You have to just be warned, if you ever ride a bike on straw stubble, it's much slipperier than you imagine. Grass is much grippier. This field, which I'm not sure how it's going to yield, just because of rotations. I'll just open the visor so I don't mist up. Because of rotations, what you normally try and do, as I think I explained in a previous video, you grow a break crop. So that's the oilseed rape, your peas, beans, or linseed in our case. And then your next crop is a first wheat, and that generally is your most profitable crop. It yields best wheat yields best after a break. That's what that field over there is when we go into here. But this field came in recently. I didn't farm this a couple of years ago, started here, and just to try and keep the blocking right, this is actually what is termed a third wheat. So this came out of grass, and it's done 3 wheats. And this should be terrible. A third wheat shouldn't really yield, but this actually looks all right. It's been a surprising year, and you can tell it's doing well, because if I look there, that is not what you want to see as an arable farmer. That is called a laid crop. So this is wheat. See, it's all growing, but what on earth has happened here? Well, for some reason, and it's normally because it's a heavy yielding crop, it's gone flat. This is termed flat wheat, and this is, from a combine point of view, this is almost uncombinable. And it used to get a lot of flat wheat in the 80s, because we were growing different varieties of wheat, and the straw was a bit weak. Oh, there's that deer running out, I don't know if you can see it, a long way away. And as you put more nitrogen on, more fertiliser on, and they were getting better yields, it was all great. But the top of the wheat there where the ear is got a bit heavy, and you got a bit of wind and rain, and it says, oh, I've had enough, and it used to fall over. And this is actually what's happened here. So this was so heavy, the crop, that the wheat said, I can't cope, I can't stand up, and then the birds are coming. You can see all the rooks have had all this. And this is the other nightmare, because it's been wet, and all those wheats have done what they're meant to do, and grown another wheat plant. So this is all the wheat that spilled out the year, now growing up, so it's just a chuffing mess. Anyway, what I'm going to do now is just take some ears off here, pluck some of these, and I'll go back and test the moisture and check if we're good to go, which I sort of know we are, because it's when it's as warm as this. And the other thing is the wheat is absolutely ripe, because we've actually been not combining it because of weather, not because we've been waiting for this to ripen. It's just, it kept on raining. We weren't having those 2 days clear for it to dry out before we could go in. So I just rubbed all this in this bag. You can sort of see it breaking up there, hopefully. That will give me a bit of a sample to test on the machine back at the grain saw. So that's where we'll go next. There we go, that's it. Hoping it's going to go up that ridge and get it past. Oh, it's plenty of space, look at that. It's like it's made for it. Excellent. That's that bit. Now we have to get up there. Oh, this is a bloody great thing, isn't it? Right. Anyway, when we get there, he's going to have to cut his way in, as it's too big to go down here, so you'll have a little go just nibbling the front of this field off. And off he goes. We're off doing wheat harvest again. It's always a bit tricky when you go in here because you do that nosedive like that. You just got to get it right. So yeah, oh, I'm going to stand back so that thing chucks stuff at you. Now I'll chase him around the field. This is one of those slightly awkward times. You see the flashing lights are on the combine, which means it's full up. But he has to chop his way to me before we can unload it, otherwise you just go and wreck. Yeah, look at that deer. There we are. I don't know if you can see that just running. We have a lot of livestock here. Where's it gone? Can't see it. Anyway, is he going to get back? If you look at that grain tank, that is absolutely stuffed full. Absolutely full up, about to come over the top. Just look at it piling out the top of the combine. I don't know if you can see that. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Oh dear. Yeah, that's a full combine. Right, here's me saying this trailer is one of my favourite bits of kit with its hydraulic tailgate. It's my favourite bit of kit until it breaks, which is decided to do now. It won't unlatch. You see these things are meant to come all the way over, and then the tailgate's free, and then these rams here push the tailgate open. And instead of that, it's sort of locked in this position, so it's just slightly leaking out of there, and I'm having to use that chute, and I'm in a bit of a hurry, and this is not a quick way to unload grain. So I'm a bit stuck until I get this trailer fully empty, and there's about 14 tons on here. What a pain. It's just not quite there. Well, that was a right palaver. About just the one trailer. We get away with it by being a really always, oh, I haven't got to do the gear changes yet. There we are. Right, I can see the mirror, you can just see the grain just going in. Oh. And I've got to balance my speed to the speed of the combine, which I'm doing a rubbish job at the moment. But yeah, I found a lever underneath the trailer that released the pressure, and suddenly the tailgate was open, and normal service was resumed. And when I got out here, the combine was still going, which means he must have had a problem as well. But yeah, it's nice and dry, 14.5%, and we're rocking really. I love it when it's like this. It's about 26 degrees outside. We'll just make a big pile tonight with a bit of luck. It doesn't take very long to unload this thing. It takes about 7 tons in the tank, in the combine. And this, because it's yielding quite high and he's carrying on when you're unloading, it's obviously filling up the tank. So in theory this trailer can take 14 tons quite happily, but actually if he's combining at the same time he's unloading, well, there's another ton or two coming in because he hasn't stopped to unload. So we'll struggle in the last little dribble to get the last bit in. There you go. Anyway, and relax. We can go and do another lap. I'll go and hide this somewhere. We're combining away, making a good dent in this field now. Lampo will be out of here tonight, I'm sure, but I just thought I'd give you a little taste of what I mean by compaction and why we sort of run around with these giant tyres and things, because I've just unloaded that trailer. So this is compacted. This has been run on by the combine and everything else here, and if I try and pull this up, I can't pull the ground. It's rock solid, it's been compressed down. If I look to somewhere where the combine hasn't been and I haven't been with the tractor, well, I can just pull this up dead easy, and there's real soil structure there, so you can make a seed bed out of that. And this is, as I say, going into linseed, but this is because we've had all this rain, this is actually quite wet, and you tell this is a real heavy clay, this land here, so it sticks together. Do you see that? It's actually formed a lump, and that means that's going to be quite hard to work and to make a seedbed again without sort of, it's like plaster sleeve. So you just got to keep the kit off the land, and you then end up with a very workable soil. So I'll be back out here with a disc in a little bit, but it's just, I've got to get rid of this compaction, and to minimise it, you saw me letting down the tyres on the tractor before, and we run these monster great trailer tyres. These are several thousand each, these tyres, and the reason being they just spread the load of the trailer and try and minimise this compaction. Same thing with the combine. I mean, there's still compaction there, but it could be a whole lot worse. And you'll see combines running with tracks now, and that's the latest weapon to the manufacturers to reduce compaction, because there's a bigger surface area with a tracked vehicle than a tired vehicle like this one. Having said that, this has monster tyres on it. They're 900mm wide on the front. The downside is it's a pain in the backside to move about, but the plus side, it does reduce compaction, and that's why. You just look at that soil structure. When I handled that, just pull those stubbles up, you can see the difference immediately. So I've got a wiper motor just where you want to look out the back window, which is not helpful. We're not going to get it all in on this front. Yeah, as expected, being a third wheat, this isn't yielding as a first wheat or a second wheat, so it's just on around, well, it's just under 3 tonnes to the acre, which isn't good. Well, it might just creep over 3 tonnes, so it's sort of break even, so it definitely needs a break crop. As I say, this will be going into linseed in only probably a couple of weeks. We'll be putting it in the ground, 10 days time. We'll be back out here cultivating and drilling. It's quite a quick turnaround sometimes. Rape's particularly quick. Trying to go from wheat to rape is, you need the season with you. I've already unloaded into this trailer, so I haven't got a lot of room. I've got some space at the front here, and I've got some at the back, which I'll have to accelerate. Let's see where we put it in a moment. Let's put the cut at the back there. Good. Right, I'm out of here. Well, here's the other fun bit of being on grain cart. You get to use the dozer blade. So this, with the Manitou, I extend it right out, so 7 metres, and then that's kind of its 3 or 4 metre dozer blade on the front. So it's pretty remote. My hand, everything's controlled by this joystick here, up and down, and then there's some in and out on here. That's how it all goes. So I'm going to now push up that load out there. Let's see if we can do this. I'm not sure if we can, but we'll have a go. And then you just see it, just like a wave. You're just creating this wave up the heat like that. I'll just push it a little bit further out. There we are. I'm fully out now. And I've got a shuttle gearbox. to reverse, try not. This is a thing to hit buildings with. It's guaranteed to hit everything, girders, the pillars, everything. These grain towers, they're dead easy. They just go out in an instant with this thing. And up we go, just like a constant wave. It's quite satisfying once you get it right. I don't actually want to put it too high there because that's where the wet grain is. So just keep it, so it's just tickling over the top, and you have a constant wave all the way up. There you are. Right, back to grain cart. It's always a special moment when you get to this time of the evening and you're just finishing the field, and what time is it now? 8 o'clock, and you just start to see the dust is just hanging in the valley there, isn't it? The sun's going down, and it's just the start of the dampness coming down into the crop. We've literally got a little stripe here to do, and then that's another field done. So we've done 25 acres, I think it was. Didn't start till 4 o'clock, so 4 hours. That's not bad, 6 acres an hour, something like that. And then we're cracking. We've got to do the next field means we've got to chop the straw up. You have a choice on a combine whether you chop or leave in rows, and up until now we've been leaving in rows because dairy farmer wanted the straw. But the next field, I just want to add a little bit of guts to it as well, and I want to start putting back organic matter, etc. So the start of it is just putting the straw back. Welcome to late night harvesting on Harry's farm, and we were carrying on and we've hit a bit of a snag. The combine has stopped. Combine, it is 9:10 at night, and he was trundling down here quite happily, and then he hit this. It's just a bit of a sort of bindweed going round the wheat here, but that is enough to upset the combine. And what we've ended up with is something called blocked returns, and it's all come to a grinding halt. All blocked up in there. Well, it's just this sort of stuff. Just a load of rubbish. Combines do this. They tend to only break when you use them, and especially on sort of Friday evenings when things are going really well. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this edition of Harry's Farm. To be continued, hopefully in the morning, and it'll all be going swimmingly again. Thanks for watching.